Let's talk now to Dame Andrea Jenkyns, who's a Conservative MP for Morley and Outwood. And, of course, James Daly is also a Tory MP. Dame Andrea, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. I mean, I agree with some of your comments, actually, because it's not as simple as that. I mean, I wouldn't use that language myself. And looking at my, overall, the majority of my constituents who are parents are decent parents. But what I find really difficult is I visited a primary school recently, and it's quite a small primary school. And speaking to the head teacher, they were saying that over 100 of the young children had witnessed domestic abuse and faced it themselves. And to me, that is bad parenting. When a child's brought up in that kind of environment, I think parental responsibility is so important. As I said, I wouldn't use James's language in the majority.
But you stand by the message, though? You stand by what he's saying?
No, I'm not saying that. And what I'm saying is I wouldn't use that language. However...
No, but say he used the word bad. Yes. Would you be standing by that?
Clearly, there's bad parents out there. There's good parents, there's bad parents.
Yeah, there is. But when you talk about the children who are born into a family where there's domestic violence, that's not always necessarily bad parenting, is it? The end result is bad, clearly. But there are issues within that family that surely society should be helping with.
But there's issues in the family, clearly. But
a woman, for example, can't help being beaten up.
No, I agree with
right,
you.
So she's not. The mother's not a bad parent. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Because you mentioned this, that this school where these children were, the teachers were saying, oh, there's all this issue going on at home, and that will result in bad parenting. I really can't. I take offence at that, because the mother may be. Let me finish. The mother may be not a bad parent, but it's being beaten up every day by the husband. So where does that fall on the parents being bad?
I agree that, and I've done fundraising through my Singing for Domestic Abuse. I've supported our local domestic abuse charity. And so, no, I believe... So you know better than to say that's bad parenting, in other words? No, but clearly one of the parents is bad, and, we've got to make sure that the likes of social services get involved and remove that bad parent.
Exactly.
Without a doubt.
So the issue is not necessarily the parenting or lack of, it's domestic violence that creates that situation.
Can I please answer? I'm desperate to answer this. It's important to me.
Well, you have.
Well, no, I do a line, and then the next minute you're going off on, and you're not getting
questioning
a chance to
you.
really
It's called an interview. Yeah, carry on.
Well, absolutely, but I really want to get into this. And I mean, the fact is that's just one example I've given, but there is clearly bad parents out there, and people are products of bad parents. But as I said, the majority of my constituents, law-abiding, they work hard, they want the best of their children. And I mean, I personally opposed the sugar tax back in 2015, 2016, because I think that parental responsibility. I'm a Conservative because I don't agree with a nanny state. I believe in personal responsibility. Yes, those who are struggling, we've got to give them support and show them how the right way to do things. But parental responsibility is so important.
Oh, right, OK, you finished. Right, yes, parental responsibility, of course, is important, but just to blanket blame bad parenting or crap parenting, to use his word, on children turning out bad or suffering is a little bit disingenuous, isn't it? When there are no youth clubs for children to go to, everything's been shut down, kids are not getting cookery lessons at school, they're not being able to fend for themselves. It seems like let's just blame the parents. Like, oh, I tell you what, we can't blame the immigrants this time, so let's just blame the parents for everything that's going wrong.
Okay. I mean, I completely disagree with you. I mean, when was the last time you went to any schools? I visit schools in my constituency all the time. I see the cooking lessons that they do in my constituency, and 90-odd% of my schools are good or outstanding, and I'm very proud of our record in government on our education. And we can't allow a society where everything is the state's got to manage everything. What about the responsibility of an individual right across life? We're put on this life. I come from a working class background. My dad was a lorry driver. My mum was a housewife, and then she ran her own local shop. And we was taught with the ethos, it's not what you where you come from in life, it's what you do in life that matters. You've got
children starting off life in abject poverty, in bad housing, bad schools. I mean, you're very lucky that all of yours are so marvellous, but there are an awful lot of...
There was 8 of them, all in one bedroom. This was my dad.
Yeah, great.
And they was brought up in complete poverty. They used to go...
But poverty waving like that, it is not answering the question. You're not answering the question.
And it didn't stop him striving to be a better
it didn't.
parent than what he was brought up
Maybe
with.
times were different then. And maybe you haven't got the situation where you've got mouldy old council houses where people can't even let their children breathe in bedrooms. Maybe that's a problem with parenting as well. Maybe they can't move anywhere because the Tories have failed to build enough houses for them. Maybe there is a poverty issue.
How many percentage of council houses are like that? Our Morley housing is absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
I think we're all going to move to your area. Let's all move to Morley. It sounds like a paradise on earth.
I love my area. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, good. Dame Andrea Jenkyns, thank you very much indeed.